right? In an ideal world, you're gonna be able to keep the arm in your pocket or your holster and leave it for a moment bottom. But if Coach Gio, if anyone knows what they're doing, they're gonna try to resist. If they bring it to the middle, look, I'm gonna extend by letting go of this. I'm gonna pinch my knees first, okay? So always isolate before you attack. I'm gonna isolate the arm, I'm gonna keep it extended. How do I do that? I'm gonna pinch his shoulder with my knees. So from here, look, I pinch, right? I sandwich his shoulder with my knees. My feet are stepping on his hips. So it's hard for him to posture. Once I feel that I have control, this is for a split second, I'm gonna switch from the grip to the collar, all the way to the wrist. Now I'm gonna imagine my knee travels from here to the floor. The end goal is to face the back, right? So here, his arm is cinched between my legs. I'm locking his armpit with my heel. The back of my ankle, or the front of my ankle is behind Coach Gio's head. Sorry. All I have to do from here is hip and bridge. So I have to look for the angle of the arm bar. That means the thumb is facing away from me. Right? That means his elbow is facing me. I have enough leverage to break. Usually what they'll do if they don't if they wanna fight from here, they're gonna roll through. I just have to follow and sit up. Look, I just lock this leg here, same thing. Even before my back touches the floor, if I have everything cinched, there's tension. Let's say we're from the close guard, I go for the sweep, bam, defense, I load him up, I switch to the other side. Starts to bring it to the center, I pinch, step, and extend. Right? I get to my shoulder so it's easy to travel. Right? If I'm on my elbow here, look, it's a stopper. I get to my shoulder, turn. If I finish it from here, fine. I don't finish it from there, fine. I roll through with him, and I go for the finish. Uy, can I borrow? Alright, same thing, guys. I go for the sweep, with defense. I'm gonna pull, step on the hips, and transfer. Right? Very important, I don't pull down here. Right? My kalaban is really just him posturing up. So the more time I can keep him postured down, the more I can set up my attacks. He brings his arm to the center. I'm gonna pinch my knees. Get to my elbow. I turn. I bring my knee through. So look at this position, guys. My knee is not here. My knee is shelving his arm. I'm pinching with my legs. And all I have to do is really just pull. Look for the angle. Alright, if they roll through, I follow. Finish from here. Okay? Is that clear, guys? Let's practice. I'll give you guys a longer time for this one. We're only doing 3 submissions today. On 3, 1, 2. Look, same setup. I go from a closed guard. I try to go to the scissor sweep. He faces out. My feet go to the hips. I transfer all the way here. Right? Let's say we're able to keep the hand in the holster. Right? My knee is always controlling here. Right? I have to keep this heavy because the moment Gio postures up, it's a different fight. And in this fight, we're kind of 50-50. Right? Here, I'm not assured to win, but they had the CG. Right? He has to work a little bit harder than me. Alright, so from here, if I can break Gio's posture all the way down, I'm gonna flick my foot over. I'm gonna lock, I'm gonna align. So once I align, I have to reach for the belt. Right? I have to imagine that I have to put weight on Coach Gio because again, even in this position, if Gio can posture up, it's very hard. Right? If Gio can roll through, it's very hard. Right? I lose position. Anytime that happens, just take side mount. Okay? Alright, let's go back. So from here, once I get my leg through, I reach for the belt. How to sit up? Some people like the pendulum and sit up, that's fine. I like stepping on my foot and kicking up. Right? Once I step on my foot, parang gas pedal, this is how I get up. Right? From here, I'm just locking into position. I cannot finish here. especially if Gio's on his knees, I have to break the posture. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna switch my grips, right? I lock my 90-90. My hand that's on the hand is gonna go to the belt. It's gonna act as a frame. I can grab, I can post, I can claw. This other hand is gonna go to the leg. My goal is to flatten Coach Gio. So how am I gonna do that? I'm gonna step. As I bring my hips away, I'm gonna spread him open. Right? So I'm gonna step, spread him open. Right? I didn't use much, I just used my fingers. From here, all I wanna look for is bring my head over his head. If I can grab the shoulder, great. If I'm holding here, that's fine. I just have to keep him weighted down, and I'm gonna bring my head over his shoulder. Right, I'm gonna go this way, I'm gonna go over his head. Is that clear? Alright, boy, can I borrow? Thanks, Gio. Same thing. Go for the sweep, defense, feet go to the hips, control, and one unit I face from one side all the way to the other, right? In one fluid motion. I'm gonna be heavy on my knee, dropping weight down here. I'm gonna throw my leg over. As I throw my leg over, this leg comes out. Bam. Right? I'm not gonna let him go through. Step on my foot, I get up. 90-90. Now I have to spread weight wide. Right? So from this grip, I go here, take a step, take a step. Right? From here, I can pump the shoulder like so. I can grab the gi like so. I'm just being heavy and weight. My hips, my head goes over his head. I look for the tap. Any questions? Good so far. Jay, good. Give it a try on 3. 1, 2. Right, I have my collar and sleeve here, and I have my feet on the hip. Right, if I have this control, I can control the distance, I can control the posture. Right, Coach Gio's first thing is he wants to fuse his rib and his elbow. Right, this stops all of my attacks. If he fuses his ribs and his elbows, it's gonna be difficult for me to get to the arm bar and on the block. Whenever you find this difficulty, always remember that if his his shoulder, elbow, and his wrist are aligned, it's a lot stronger. So if you want to still fight for that, you just have to bump with your knee and break the straight line. So if your shoulder, elbow, and wrist are not aligned, it's a lot easier for me to pull. Okay, so this naman, it's a Rico Plata. It's a kimura with my legs. We're gonna go opposite side, collar and sleeve. All I have to do is cover the wrist with this leg. So how do I do that? If Gio starts to pull back his arm, I'm gonna bring my leg over and through. I'm just strapping his arm here, right? I'm constantly pulling, so this is a push and pull, keeping his leg with me. I'm gonna drive my knee from one side of his face to the other. I'm gonna throw my leg over, sorry, Coach Gio, and I'll break his posture. Right? My goal here is to expose his elbow. I want his elbow aligned with my belly button. So how do I do that? With my grips and me pushing down and pull myself up to my elbow like so. Once I get to this point, I can let go of the collar. I'm gonna throw my hand. You see the space here? I'm just gonna peel. Right? I'm gonna peel. I'm gonna bring it back with me. As I bring it back, I'm gonna reach to put my hand on my lap. Right? So I'm gonna pull, peel, put my hand on my lap like so. So right now, Coach Gio's arm is stuck to my leg. I'm gonna break a kimura. So a kimura is turning his foot. All I have to do is heavy on this leg and then the quattro. Right? If I can get the tap here, okay. Most of the time they're gonna roll. So important, when they roll, my foot that's strapping is gonna step so that I don't get trapped underneath his butt. Right? My hand can post. I'm gonna align, sit on Coach Gio's head, block the hip, and finish a ship thing. Okay. Wait, borrow. So a little bit different from last night, so that you can do something else. Opposite side, collar and sleeve. I'm over here, right? First option. So if you guys are pui, if you guys are passing collar and sleeve, just try to retract your elbow. That makes it really hard. Right? Again, I like hitting things that people don't train for, that they don't see coming. So I'm gonna move here. I'm gonna cover his wrist. 1. If I can transfer my leg without blocking with my knee, so initially when I do this, it's just creating space. If I can transfer my leg over here, this is fine too. Right? I just have to make sure the back of his head is pinned down by my whole leg. Okay, I'm gonna pull myself up with my grips. 1, heel, 2, I'm gonna reach for my waist. 3. Right? So this is a secure position. Right? So I'm gonna make a number 4 or de cuatro. I get the tap here. That's fine. But I want to roll over. I step. 1, 2, 3. To finish the position, I can block the hip. My foot travels in this space. Right? Nobody ever sees this coming. If you hit this in a pump, you're gonna hit it 100%. I guarantee. Alright? Any questions? Let's give it a try. I want to see it one more time. One more time. Wow. Right here. Actually, even if they're standing, so stand. So same thing. If I'm standing, I have this control of it's gonna cover. I can throw. I look for my thigh. And I finish the submission. If he doesn't tap, he's gonna roll. Step. Transfer. And then. Alright, so essentially it's my hips against the arms. So I should move it back. Last one, guys, on 3. 1, 2.